Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today it's going to be a different video. It won't be a vlog, but it will be a video entitled How to Cope with Death. This topic is a very serious topic and it's affected me personally, and I think everybody at one time in their life will have to face this. So just stay tuned and let's see what we're going to talk about today. Okay guys, I know you're asking, why on God's earth am I doing this video? But to tell you the truth, that is a topic that we all have to deal with, and it's just something we gotta deal with. On last year, December 26th, I lost my grandmother. That was the worst thing I ever dealt with in my life. She was everything to me. If anybody knows me, you guys know how much I love my Grammy. She wasn't a sick woman, but after she found out that she had cancer, it went downhill from there. So this is the reason I want to do this video. If you experience a death, or if you have lost a loved one, a best friend, a cousin, an auntie, an uncle, a spouse, whatever it may be, I just want you to listen to these few tips that I'm going to give you guys on how to cope with death. It's easy to say you can cope with it until you've experienced it, but let's just talk about it. So here's the deal. I'm going to take you back to that day that I found out that my grandmother died. It was December 26, 2015. It was the most horrible day of my life. We just celebrated Christmas and everybody was happy until the next day that we got that call that she had passed. My mother broke the news to me and I was just at a standstill. I was like, what are you talking about? No, she's not. Even though I knew she was ill and she was very low, I just was in a state where I was like, no, this cannot be happening. God did not take my Grammy from me. My Grammy was my everything, my everything. That whole week, I was in a depression mood. I went to the beach. I was mopey. I was sad. I was crying. And I asked God, I was like, God, me and you supposed to be on this page. We're supposed to be cool. Why? Why can you just heal her? And I said, God, you are a God that can heal. And you said that by your stripes we are healed. Why didn't you heal my Grammy? My Grammy was a believer. I was a believer. My mommy, my family, why did you do it? And something just said, don't question me. I am perfect. And I didn't understand it. And I was like, if you're perfect, you know, you could have worked that out for my Grammy. But it was rough. The week came and we had to go and begin to plan a funeral for my Grammy. I was sitting down and I was like, I'm planning my grandmother's funeral. And mind you, for about 5 months, my grandmother was sick. So I kind of built myself up to that moment, but I knew it was going to come, but I didn't want to accept it. I lost my great aunt. I lost my uncle, which is my Grammy's brother, and then my Grammy. So I was like, God, this is too much. I'm getting hit from one end, the next end, the back. What next? And you never ask what next because something happens. Anyway, we were planning the funeral and we were gathering pictures, and I was like, this is too much. I cried myself to sleep every night. I still cry myself to sleep now, and I don't think that's gonna end. It's days when I call on my Grammy and I'm like, snap out of it, she's not here. But that's just the reality of death. Death is something that can happen so quickly. Okay, so there were some phases in my life that I went through during this death, the death of my grandmother. I was in denial. When I heard the news, I was like, who Grammy you mean? My Grammy? My mom came into the room and she's like, Ashley. And as soon as she said that, my heart dropped because I knew what was going on. I was in denial. Actually, I'm still in denial. I am still in denial. But that's a stage that I think everybody will go through. You won't believe it. You will say, no way, until you see them in the coffin. When I saw her in the coffin, I was like, this is real life. The second phase that I went through was, I was angry. Like, I was questioning God. I was like, God, why you take my Grammy? We have people over here who killing people, who doing this, and you take my sweet Grammy. And you know what? I've come to the realization that you can't question God. God is perfect in all of his ways, and you just have to trust him. It's easier said than done until you are in that situation where you have to trust him. The third phase that I went through was depression. Now, I've never been depressed before, so this is something new for me. But I was mopey, I was always sad. I already have a little attitude. I got attitude. So I was always angry at people for no reason. And if you're going through that, and people are around you and they love you, they would understand, because the people around me is like, okay, she's just going through. But yes, denial, anger, depression, they're the 3 phases that I went through, and it was a hot mess. But here I am today, and I won't say that I'm 100% healed, but I am better. The saying, it gets better with time, I definitely understand that now. Now I'm going to tell you how I coped with it. For me, I'm a singer. I love to sing, and music is, I guess, my medicine to whenever I'm going through something. So I would advise you, when my grandmother died, I stayed in worship music, I was singing, I kept busy basically. So if you're a person in your life is busy, or you like to do something, you like to dance, or you like to act, or whatever it is, get more involved. It will help you to stay on a schedule. I'm not saying that you won't feel the death anymore, but it will it will distract you in a way, if you understand what I mean. Yes. Second thing, cry. Okay? Some people is 1B hard, like they don't want to cry. Cry. Okay? Cry. Cry. I can say one more time, cry. It's okay to cry. Some people think, oh, okay, I can shed 2 tears and it'll be okay. When you cry, you let everything out of you. If you have to scream, scream. Take time for yourself. Don't allow people to clutter you and cluster you. I know family come over and they're like, you know, we praying for you. Take time for yourself, okay? The prayers are good, but take time for yourself. The last thing I would say, trust God. That's all you could do. Honestly, it's nothing I could tell you that can help you during death, but trust God. God has been everything to me during the death of my grandmother. Everything. I still cry now, and it hasn't even been a year yet. And it's rough. It is hard. And don't let nobody tell you it's not hard. Death is hard. But trust God. He's the only person that you can lean on, the only person you can rely on. Family will fail you, friends will fail you. Everybody will fail you but God. And you just have to trust Him. So one of my favorite memories, I would have to say, would be in November. My grandmother, she was hospitalized away, and we made a surprise visit to her. And my aunt actually asked, what do you want for your birthday? Because her birthday's in November. She was like, you can't give me what I want. And she was like, what do you want, Mommy? And she said, I want to see Arlene and Ash. I'm Ash. Arlene is my mom. So she said, but you can't do that, because at the time I was at work, Mommy was at work, and I was in COB. So it was so much going on. And we made a surprise visit to her. So my auntie knocked on the door and she was like, I have a surprise for you. And she's like, oh, what it is, Adriel. So we literally bust through the doors, and my Grammy's eyes popped open. She was like, Ash, that's you? Lean, that's you? Oh my God. I think that was the most touching. It was so sweet. Like, I wish I had recorded that. It was amazing because she did not expect it. She wasn't talking to the nurses. She only was talking to my aunt and my cousins. And the nurses popped in and they was like, Miss Cooper, you talk? And she didn't answer them. I was like, Grammy, answer the nurses. Of course I talk. Of course I talk. That's just the type of person she is. But that was the most amazing moment, honestly. Just seeing my Grammy eyes filled with love, because I am a favorite granddaughter. Don't be my cousins, yeah. But that was the best memory to date, honestly. So if you're watching this video and you've lost a loved one, a family member, a best friend, a cousin, a dog, I just want you to remember. Face your feelings, let go and let God, breathe, keep yourself in the company of loved ones. And if you're watching this video, or if you're new to my channel, I want you to click that button right down there. Click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you are a viewer that's been here before, thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video gives you comfort and it gives you tips on how to cope with death. Remember, let go and let God.